Let me ask you something. Why do some stories feel alive while others, even with good language, feel flat? It's not luck, it's not just talent. It's because every strong story is built using a few invisible pillars, the elements of literature. Once you understand these, you don't just read stories, you understand why they work. Let's break them down simply. First, plot. What keeps the story moving? At the center of every story is the plot. Plot is not just what happens, it's how events unfold. A story usually begins calmly, faces a problem, builds tension, reaches a turning point, and finally resolves. That rise and fall is what keeps us hooked. Without plot, there's no direction, just words. But events alone don't move us, people do. The next is the character. Who we care about. Characters are the emotional core of literature. We follow them because they feel real. They make choices, mistakes, and grow. Some characters change deeply. Some reveal their true nature under pressure. When we connect with a character, the story becomes personal. That's why we remember people in stories long after we forget the plot details. Now, imagine these characters. Where do they live? The third comes the setting, where the story takes shape. That's the setting. Setting tells us where and when the story happens, but more importantly, it creates atmosphere. So we have events, people, and a world, but what is the story really saying? The next comes the theme, the deeper meaning. The theme is the central idea of the story. It could be love, power, freedom, identity, or loss. Themes are not stated directly, they emerge through actions and outcomes. If a story stays with you, it's because the theme touched something real. Now, here's something subtle but powerful, the tone. It's the author's voice. Tone is the author's attitude. Is the writing serious, playful, critical, or hopeful? Tone controls how the story speaks to us. Even the same event can feel different depending on the tone. And if tone belongs to the writer, what belongs to the reader? It's obviously the mood, what we feel. That's the mood. Mood is the emotion the story creates in us: fear, comfort, tension, sadness, excitement. Writers create mood using language, setting, imagery, and tone. You don't choose the mood, you experience it. But none of this works without one final element, that is conflict. Why anything happens. Conflict is the driving force of every story. It can be inner struggle, conflict with others, conflict with society, conflict with fate. Conflict creates tension. Tension creates interest. No conflict means no story. So here's the big picture. Plot gives structure, characters give life, setting gives atmosphere, theme gives meaning, tone gives voice, mood gives feeling, and lastly, conflict gives purpose. These are the elements of literature, working quietly behind every great story. The next time you read, don't just ask what happened, ask how it was built. This is Shri, and you're watching The Page Philosopher. If this helped you see stories differently, like, share, and subscribe, because once you understand the elements, every story becomes richer. Thanks for watching.